Right. Is anyone actually there? So it's got 2 likes. Have we got anyone here yet? Anyone at all? Before I... Well, I got 2 people watching now. So how's everyone doing? Welcome to the National Railway Museum. I'm just gonna take you guys around the exhibits we got here, both in Station Hall and the Great Hall. Evening Star, of course. I had to come here to see Evening Star. Normally, well, yes, of course, they're all very beautiful, aren't they? But there's a difference between locomotives and trains. So, normally, steam locomotive wheels, driving wheels, are bigger than the average person, but on the 9Fs, that's an exception. The 9F's driving wheels are 5 feet in diameter, which means that I'm taller than the driving wheels. Which is brilliant. Well, that's because I was just with Evening Star Demo. And hello to Rob. How are you doing? Yeah, here's Evening Star. Being a BR standard, it's very easy to work on. Every part of it is easy to access for maintenance. Mighty Mac. Oh, well, there is a double fairly down there, but it's not Mighty Mac. So here we have my favourite engine here, the Evening Star. The centerpiece of one of the centerpieces. Very last steam locomotive ever built for British Main Lines. It wasn't the last one of all. The last one of all was one of the Hunslet Hunslet continued building their austerity locomotives for industrial use since until 1964. But Evening Star was the last steam locomotive built for British main lines. They are beefy. When I was here 3 weeks ago, train. No, it's a steam locomotive, not train. But yeah, actually there is a 9F called Morning Star, but it was never named in service, but Morning Star is its nickname. Still undergoing restoration from Barry scrapyard condition, Morning Star. Hello, Destroyed Ice Cube. Nice to see you. I'm just showing everyone one of my favourite locomotives here, Evening Star. But yes, there is a Morning Star, number 92220. This one is 92220. I had a shot of me that I filmed here for my 3,000 subscriber special of me looking up at Evening Star and giving a thumbs up. With the last one, the very last. Yeah. There's the mechanism for the oiling going all around the locomotive. Everything is very, very easy to access for maintenance, as per all standard class steam locomotives. Huge beasts, more than capable, built for freight trains, but more than capable of 90 plus miles an hour and used on passenger trains. And behind Evening Star, oh dear, behind Evening Star, we have a Southern Railway Schools class Cheltenham 440 three-cylinder locomotive, the most powerful 440s ever built. Cheltenham is one of 3 preserved schools class locomotives, officially known as the V class, but nicknamed the schools class because they were all named after public schools. Yeah, these were... Wait, you are? Right now? Cannoneer? Where are you? Wait, you are? Right now? Oh, wait, you are? You are? Right now? Back in the Great Hall soon. Oh, okay. Nice. You are? Right? My God. Well, I'll take everyone round to all the exhibits and then I'll head back to Station Hall in a bit. But yeah, Cheltenham, the Southern Railway Schools class, the most powerful 440s ever built, the most powerful British 440s ever built, ideal for secondary express trains, 5p, and also ideal for the heavily restricted, perfectly ideal for the heavily restricted Tunbridge to Hastings line. Wait, you live in Yorkshire, Rob? You live in Yorkshire? Edward the Blue Engine has got to be a schools class in someone's Thomas AU. Then again, he'd be nowhere near as old. But someone, no doubt, has made a Edward as a schools class in their AU. Hello, Ruru, nice to see you. A. Evenly distributed. Sir Kenneth Grange, this was one of the first Class 43 power cars ever built for the HST sets. You can't hear, you can look in its cab. Cab layout still used on the Scottish HSTs to this day. Yeah, HSTs are still in service, but only in Scotland. Great, the GWR's HSTs were finally retired in December 2025. Dun 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 dun. Oh dear. And over here, and on the turntable, we have the real life Emily, Sterling single number 1. In Unlucky Tugs AU, Emily is Sterling single number 1. And you know what? I agree with him. I am basically looking at Emily herself right now. That right there is Emily. Incredible. We've got a replica of the rocket. This one isn't the original rocket. This is just a replica built in 1930 for the 100th anniversary of the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. This is the real rocket, the original one. Heavily rebuilt over the course of its service life, but nevertheless the real rocket. I can't pronounce the name of this one. It's Agenoria. One very primitive locomotive. Furness Railway number 3, copper knob. And a knob is what I am. I am a bit of a knob. One of the few surviving Furness Railway locomotives. You can still see there's a lot of dents in the firebox. Copper firebox. Last example of a bar-framed locomotive in the UK. Big and powerful without being heavy. That's what bar frames are. They're meant to be light frames. Slim frame with iron bars and structure instead of heavy timber and iron frames. So that's what buff. Interesting. Standard design for the American-built locomotives. Nice. Still see the holes. Tie and put on display glasshouse and Barrow Furnace Station. Punch of the boiler and plate work. Oh my god. So you can still see the holes from the bomb damage all those years ago. I don't know why they didn't bother to repair it. Yeah, every single locomotive here would look great running again. This one recently arrived at the National Railway Museum. Columbine, number 1868. Not built in 1868, but I think it was built in 1851 Columbine. But it was around this time that steam locomotives started to look as we know them. From around the 1840s or 50s. But of course, they became more modern and more refined as time went on. Until we get to the most modern ones, Evening Star, massive boilers and such. They're becoming absolutely enormous. The sole surviving Southeastern and Chatham D class, number 737. This would be nice to see running again, especially on the main line. One of two preserved Great Northern C1s, the only small boiler one left, Henry Oakley, the other one being large boiler. Duchess of Hamilton, my favourite LMS locomotive of all. I'd love to see Duchess of Hamilton run again with her streamlining. She did run like during the 1990s, and I think she might have run in the early 2000s as well, I don't know, but her streamline casing was restored in 2009. I would absolutely love to see Hamilton run again with her streamlining. Gorgeous. Look in the cab here. Hard seats. Driver and fireman. It's even got a sunroof. Luxury. A lot of firemen found Coronation class locomotives torturous to fire because they were hungry. Eventually, Edward being a Southeastern Chatham D class would be a good alternate basis for him. Well, they're slightly younger than the Furness Railway K2s, but it would still work for Edward. Built at Ashford Works. Oval-shaped buffers on the Coronations, as opposed to most locomotives having round buffers. I wonder why some had oval-shaped ones, the standard round ones. Box Hill, one of 10 preserved Terriers. Built in 1880. Is everyone still there? There's not many people running. Purpose built for the busy city. Steep gradients and a 35-minute schedule. Quick acceleration. They work so hard. Ideal for congested routes, so perfect commuter engines, the Terriers. Heated the tank water with exhaust steam to improve efficiency. Well, that does work really well. That's part of what, I think that might be what gave them such a long service life, the Terriers. The last Terrier wasn't withdrawn until 1964, I don't think. I think it's 1963 or 64. I believe the final one withdrawn. I can't remember if it was Fenchurch or can't remember if it was Fenchurch or another Terrier that was the last one withdrawn. Well, I'm pretty sure it was Fenchurch, the last one withdrawn, but first one built, I'm not sure. Just gonna have a bit of a rest here, guys. Here we've got Ellerman Lines, the merchant navy that was cut into to show how steam locomotives work. You'd see the boiler cladding. Boiler cladding on the outside, the boiler itself on the inside. It's why exposed steam locomotive boilers have, you can see all the rivets on the outside, but on the inside, when they're in service, you can't see them because they've had the cladding put on. Merchant navies had some of the first British steam locomotives to have welded boilers. Hang on a sec. Where is everyone? Where's everyone got? Chat's dead at the moment. I'm just gonna rest here for a bit until chat builds up again. I'll head round to Station Hall in a second. Well, after I've shown you all the engines around here. We'll have to... I'm going to keep going until, like, 5 o'clock, but we'll leave the museum at 4:30, but I'll keep the stream going at 4:30, but I'll keep the stream going until 5 o'clock. When my train home arrives. Nice. See the inside, yeah, Ellerman Lines on the preserved one. Lots of struts inside the tender to keep it up. Scrapped. Dun 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 dun. See the smoke box inside, blast pipe and the smoke arrestor, and up out the chimney. Here we have the piece de resistance of the National Railway Museum. Mallard. Fastest steam locomotive in the world. Fastest steam locomotive in history. I reckon steam locomotives could, in theory, be pushed even further beyond 126. Mallard hasn't run since 1988. I wish he would, though. Dun, 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 dun. Gresley Teak buffet coach. Quite a lot of, not many LNER engines have been preserved, but a good number of Gresley Teaks have been preserved. The North Yorkshire Moors Railway have plenty, as do the Severn Valley, and a couple other railways. Mainly, though, it's Mark 1s, but, like, doesn't matter. class 76. I think this is a class 76, an electric locomotive. Linked to war-damaged Dutch railways. Poorly invented 3-mile tunnel. Fumes would suffocate steam locomotives. Sheffield to Manchester line. The Woodhead line. Feels insulting for these to be referred to as objects, because they're more than mere objects. They're beasts. They're workhorses. These locomotives. Steam and diesel. Class 47 Prince William, used to pull the Royal Train. And the first Class 84 ever built. Oh, we've got a Eurostar power car over there. Copper knob. I am a knob. Now I'll show you guys inside the preserved Bullet Train car. Bullet Train 0 Series Shinkansen car, imported from Japan. Where on earth has everyone gone? Oh. Oh. Ugh. Yeah, the sound of them. So you can actually go inside here and sit down, and they play a film about the bullet trains on night. Curtains. And these trains, the Shinkansens paved the way for the high-speed trains of today. Some nice music as well. Anything we've been on before. I was more worried whether it would ever stop. Shinkansen. Where on earth has everyone gone? It's good. I have a touch. What are you... And why? What are you worried? It is gonna happen. Worried it is gonna happen. Well then. Thank you. Finally, we're getting a few more people. Fine, yeah. Oh, dear. That's the whole film. Gorgeous.
So the little wooden boxes that we got printed. So that actually moved in, we decided that we wanted to keep.
Should we look what's in there?
Motorman. Motorman, that's driver. Motormouth. Cool. Narrow gauge 480 locomotive here, South African Railways. 1890, built in 1896. Oh. The narrow gauge channel tunnel diesels that helped dig out the tunnel. Where on earth has everyone gone? Oh. Like, do you have any demands that you'd like? Oh, its cowcatcher's dented a bit. Didn't notice. It's a V2. So here we've got an O gauge layout. We've got two there. Heavily weathered V2. Lovely. Weathered. weathered V.
Can I come to you?
Heavily weathered V2.
Daddy, I see people in the train.
Passengers on board. Very, very nice London Railway. Volunteers play a vital role to ensure it keeps running. Gauge the sizes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an O gauge layout, as I said. Maintaining. And I believe this layout operates automatically on a time-based schedule, like 7 hours a day for 362 days. It has run 82,000 hours since 1992. My God. A Black 5 there, the passenger train. Scania coaches. Heavy. Sweat. And another Black 5 there with a goods train, cement wagons, box vans, coal trucks, and a single one with wood, looks like. Yes. Both Black 5s passing each other. The one with the passenger train might be a Jubilee class, actually, but I don't know. I assume it's a Black 5 because, you know, it's black, and Jubilees were usually painted like Brunswick Green or LMS Crimson. Oh, I couldn't read that. I think that read 5P, 5F. If it was a Jubilee, it would have 5PX. 5P extra, so it's not quite 6P. You assume that the Jubilees will be 6P though, because they're 3-cylinder locomotives. So yeah, I think that is a Black 5. But the one with the goods train is much more weathered than the one with the passenger train. Black 5s normally would have pulled, well, anything really. Everything from secondary express and semi-fast passenger trains to express freight. And, well, anything really. Occasional flagship passenger trains as well, so... ideal for any job, the 5Fs. No, the Black 5s. IET mock-up cab. IETs are so boring. The search engine up there is all sorts of books on railway history, but I don't know. Probably gonna head over to Station Hall in a second. No one has chatted for a while. Where is everyone? I had a ride on the miniature railway earlier, but I'll probably go for another one with you guys later. Yeah, the miniature railway is running today. Can't go up there. North London Electric service motor car there. Don't know what class it is. Here we got Southern Railway Q1. Ugly ducklings, but very utilitarian. Again, extremely powerful. Given the power classification 5F, the Q class, perfectly ideal for the war effort. Again, exposed parts, designed by Oliver Bulleid. Good access for ease of maintenance. Built materials, as few materials as possible to build. You can see the inside cylinders in there. Squarish boiler, ugly duckling layout. Ugly ducklings were their nicknames, the Q1s. I don't think they're that ugly. There are way, way, way uglier steam locomotives out there than the Q1s. But this one is the only Q1 left. You know, this is the only preserved Q1. And I don't think it's run since 2000. It's moved under its own steam since 2004. Spoiler ticket expired in 2004. It ran on the Bluebell Railway for a good for a while, but has since hasn't run since. It'd be nice to see this one overhauled to working order. Is that the dome or a second chimney up there? It would be strange if the Q1s had two chimneys. We may come back into the Great Hall later. Now I want to show you guys Station Hall on the Miniature Railway. Recently refurbished and reopened. They were doing some maintenance works on the Miniature Railway when I was here last time. When I was here a few weeks ago. But now it's open and running again. You know, the Miniature Railway is now finally reopened and running again. We're building a third. There's a lot of construction work, so we've got a lot of construction work happening at the moment, so we've got to take the long way around to get back. So now let's head to Station Hall. I'm not going to go on the road train.
You lasted longer than me,
Hate it when kids and parents make, you know, choo-choo noises and call them choo-choo trains, because that undermines just how awesome trains are. It does them a disservice. It's an insult. Oh, 4 people watching now, nice. It's an insult. It's an insult. It's an insult. Okay, now we're getting a few more people, lovely. Chat doesn't seem active at the moment. It's an insult. Hello, Hansi McCulloch, and hello, William. Just going to show you guys in Station Hall, and then I did a trip on the Miniature Railway earlier, but now I'll probably do one live now, in a minute. It's probably going now, the miniature railway. It's a mini Deltic. Excuse me.
No, Jonathan, come here.
Yes, indeed, William. We are at the National Railway Museum. Glad that this is reopened now. Mini Deltic model of the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. Why has it got such a complicated name? Class 55.
Leo. Hello.
Yeah, I was on it earlier. Lovely. Visited here in Thomas and the Great Railway Show. Oh yeah, that would be interesting, I suppose. Hang on, just getting some water. Mini Deltic. I have got a steam locomotive on here, but they never run it. It's for display purposes only. It's a Linton and Barnstable one. It's been freezing on us. Oh shit! Well, it's been boiling here. I know it's winter in Australia. I feel for you guys. I do not like winter. Oh, no entry in there. Dun 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 dun. Just need the loo, guys. Just a second. And then I'll be tempted to have an ice cream in a bit. Oh, it's very tropical. We've hardly had any rain for ages, William, and that's prompted Network Rail to ban all mainline steam locomotives, which I'm pissed about. Just, taking safety too seriously. Hang on, guys. Just need the loo. Be back in a minute. Sorry about that. Yeah, as I was saying, William, because it's dried out so much. It's been a mainline steam ban. There hasn't been one since the 11th of July with Eddystone. There's rain expected soon, though. I just can't understand why there hasn't been any rain. Why, despite all this cloud, it just refuses to rain. Oh, hang on, I'll need to scan my ticket to get back in. Entry to the museum is free, but you need to donate, but anything extra that you do costs money. Like you have to pay for all your food, and you have to pay for the miniature railway as well. Oh, it's just
Wonderful.
thank you. Australia. That way I'll see some steam engines when this happens in Australia, right? Do steam locomotives sometimes get banned from running in Australia due to fire risk? Indeed, William. Do they sometimes get banned in Australia? Oh, a lot. Oh my God. Is it just on the main line, on the zigzag railway, for example? Do their 282 locomotive, the Yank, stopped from running if the fire risk is too high? I'll have to remember that when I go to Australia. I might actually go to Australia during the spring or autumn. That way it won't make that much of a difference with the daylight hours. Not sure, as I haven't been. Oh yes, of course, you live on the opposite end of Australia from the Blue Mountains, don't you? Here we have a Hughes crab, number 13,000. This was the first one built. One of 3 preserved Hughes crabs. Another one of these, number 13151, I think was featured in Paddington 2. It pulled the Phoenix Buchanan's funfair train. Oh, absolutely. Very beautiful. This one's just as beautiful. The only surviving Midland Railway 115 class. And here we have, and there we have one of 2 preserved WRM7 tank engines. Three. Withdrawn in 1907. They have a part resembling a crab claw. Oh, and which part exactly, William? I can't quite see it. Is it the bulkiness of them? Yeah, and as I said, on that side, the LSWR M7. Gorgeous tank engine. LSWR livery. LSWR green. I wish the other preserved M7 was in the one that's actually the one that actually runs, was painted in this gorgeous LSWR green. Under the front running board of the crabs. Oh, I'll have to have a better look at it next time. In fact, let's head back to 13,000 and see if I can see it. It's hard to see with the pads, but oh, absolutely. Cute dog there. Ugh. Under the front running board. Can't see it. Anything resembling a crab's claw. Can't see any part. See, the reason I'm here today is because so soon after I was last here is because I just so happened to be going up to Newcastle around this time, and just because I wanted to see some family members. And on my way back home from Newcastle, on my way back home from Newcastle, oh, behind the buffer beam, I see. The front one or the rear one? Hello, Jacob. Nice to see you. So and on my way back from here, from Newcastle, I was supposed to be seeing Neon in person again, but he just didn't feel he could make it this time. He's not ready to see me in person again. Is it that part there, William, that gave the Hughes crabs their nicknames? Is it that part just there? We have a crab, yep. one of the 3 preserved Hughes crabs. Jacob, I don't think you've been to the NRM since Station Hall reopened. I know you've been to the NRM, but I don't think you've been since Station Hall reopened. Mr. Krabs, I have an idea. We should nickname one of the Hughes crabs Mr. Krabs. Yeah, I can see what you mean. Being crab-shaped. Don't think I have. Well, next time you're up in this area, definitely come over here and see them. Hang on, let me get... Ugh. Yeah. Hello, Logan. Nice to see you. Just looking around Station Hall. In a moment, I'll have another ride on one of the on the miniature railway. So I was also saying, Jacob, that one of the other preserved Hughes crabs are seen in Paddington 2 that pulled Phoenix Buchanan's Funfair train. That Hughes crab has since gone out of ticket and hasn't run for a while. Eugene, I see what you did there, William. Eugene Krabs. Real life Mr. Krabs. Well, yeah, Disney especially. I think the preserved Hughes crabs are, he'd be very greedy. Greedy as in taking all the coal, I bet, and water. Krusty Krab, Krusty Krab. You see the whistle lever up there in the regulator. So the Hughes crabs, I bet, are some of like the few preserved Henry Fowler designed LMS locomotives with the parallel boilers as opposed to tapered ones. Formula is in the firebox. Brother Box Hill, Spencer's brother Mallard, yeah. I was literally just in the Great Hall where they were, but I thought I'd come in here now to show you guys Station Hall. And right, so yeah, there's a Hughes crab. And over here, we have the sole surviving London, Brighton and South Coast B1, a Gladstone painted in this lovely Brighton Umber livery. Something you may not know, guys, is... Do any of you remember Christopher the Christmas Engine from Redcliffe Railway Tales? Very nice on this, absolutely. First name Hemming, yes. Well, I always intended Christopher to be another preserved LSWR B1, seeing as he has a 042 wheel arrangement. Thomas's Old Railway, yep. So yeah, that's Christopher's basis, the London, Brighton and South Coast B1s with extra Christmas decor and some American design features. Yep, that's it. Christopher is an London, Brighton and South Coast B1. It's a shame Gladstone hasn't run for decades. Do any of you know if Gladstone was steamed for Railway 150 or Rocket 150? Coat of arms, yeah, Royal Coat of Arms with the Royal Train. Got Queen Victoria's coach behind. They're doing some restoration work. That's nice. You're doing a bit of painting, restoring the paintwork on it. Houston. Restoration in action. Imagine if a working replica was built instead. Would be interesting, but I would rather the original Gladstone were overhauled to working order. Her Majesty's coach, indeed. Yep. Queen Adelaide Saloon behind, and here you have Queen Victoria's Saloon. Yep, here's Queen Victoria's Saloon. Just doing a good job restoring it. Jacob, didn't you say that your Unicorn Queen character, Leora, would travel in a coach like Queen Victoria's Saloon? The Royal Staff Car, and also King Edward VII's Saloon. Love of the Sea. Salty and dark. Interesting. Named after Adelaide? Wait, the Australian city of Adelaide was named after Queen Adelaide. Interesting. Yeah, Victoria was one of the first queens to travel by rail. Oh, and Skyroad's own Queen Victoria, I know. And speaking of unicorns, look what I found on the coat of arms of this coach. Never knew. Womble named Miss Adelaide. Interesting. Not overly familiar with the Wombles. Gotta love all the little decorations on this coach. Yep, look what I found on this coat of arms, Jacob. Yep, a unicorn with a lion. Unicorns are basically part horse, part lion, with a horn. Unicorn meant to represent Scotland, indeed. Part lion. It's part lion. Oh, the lion's meant to be England. Oh, yes, of course it is. Unity of England and Scotland? Ah, I see. I see. Something interesting is, have some Scottish blood in my family? I do as well, but I don't think I have as much. I'm not sure. Yeah, well, I think I've got a bit of Scottish blood in me as well. But something interesting about Queen Victoria is that she was a bit afraid of rail travel. She was a bit afraid of rail travel at first, so. And she stipulated that if she were to move from one part of the train to another, or even to go to the loo, or even from one chair to another, the train would have to come to a Caledonian Railway's crest. Interesting. Might have it as part of. That is interesting. Would Leora be the same, Jacob? Would she have the same stipulations as Queen Victoria, that the train would have to come to a complete stop if she was to use the loo? Or move to a different part of the train, or to eat while on board. Queen Victoria's son, Edward VII, on the other hand, he was the complete opposite of her mum, his mum, I mean. He wanted to get to his destinations as quickly as possible, so insisted that his train went as fast as possible. Don does? Liking a certain animated movie? The Last Unicorn, yes. Melville clan, one of the lowland clans of Scotland. Ah, so that's where your name comes from. Wow, so do you think you might be descended from a family of prisoners sent to Australia, Jacob? Leora would be nervous. But as time goes on, do you think she'd stipulate the train would have to stop less and less the more she traveled by train? So, well, if your family, So if your family originates in Scotland, William, do you think you might be a descendant of some prisoners sent over to Australia? As much as I hate to say it, it is possible. William the Conqueror, my Emily stood no chance. To which is now a Hotel Melville Castle. Wow. Clan had a castle to which is now a Hotel Melville Castle. So you descend. So if I go to Hotel Melville Castle, I know you'll be a descendant of them. She would get used to it eventually. Good. So she'd it would stop less and less. The train stopped less and less. I'm going to show William this earlier. The sole surviving Midland Railway single. Sole surviving Midland Railway 115 class. And here. Awesome. And we have one of two preserved LSWR M7 tank engines here. More about the Atkinson line. Is that your fictional railway, Jacob, or something else? Oh, is that a railway in Australia? Jacob? Yep, she really is. Nice wheels. I do wish the other preserved M7, the one that actually runs, were painted in this gorgeous livery as well. Midland Sprinter looks a lot like child of Edward James and Eddie. Oh, was that its nickname, the Midland Sprinter? Nice. Oh, the Atkinson family line. Oh, of course. I tried to look more into my own family, but I don't know. For a time, I thought I might be descended from Vikings, but I'm not sure. Yep. Sole surviving J13 rather. Jehovah, Molly Grew. The locomotive that, same class of locomotive that Jehovah, your unicorn self, found abandoned in the woods. Along with a few others. Along with an 060 Peckett. On operation. Gorgeous locomotive. Absolutely gorgeous. Great Northern Railway number 1247. The first ever locomotive preserved by a private buyer. Many other locomotives were preserved before this one, but that was by the railway company. But they were preserved by the railway companies that owned them. This one, 1247, was the first locomotive ever preserved by a private buyer. One of many Scottish clans. Interesting. Don't know what my line of descendants is, though. This one's an actual restaurant car right here. Anthony Field has Scottish heritage. Nice. Can't wait to eventually do that role play where the two locomotives Jehovah founder return to service. And here we have one of the very first diesel locomotives built for the LMS in 1934 and remaining in 1934, remaining in service until 1979. Sold to the army in 1943. 160 horsepower. Built at Preston. Well, Jay's next birthday, perfect. Half Irish, English, Welsh, and interesting. Very interesting. This vehicle has been cleaned, ready for traffic. Please keep out. Yeah, one of the very first diesels here. Shunting was started by an LMS as a pilot scheme, but dieselization just nationwide full-scale dieselization just happened too quickly. Should have happened much more slowly, like how the LMS planned it. Quite a working life he did indeed. And up here, we've got a few preserved. That's it. Insulated fish van here. We've got an 8-ton livestock wagon here with a cow with sound effects. Banana van. LMS shark brake van. Stop and start. Throw the guys in these vans around. Some are fitted with padding on the inside to prevent injury. Oh, interesting. And here we have the very first Class 87 built. Withdrawn in 2007 and now preserved. Named Royal Scot. Because these would have travelled on the West Coast Main Line, former route of the LMS. So poorly planned out indeed. Should have been much more gradual and allowed for the BR standards and rebuilt Bully Pacifics to carry on running until the 1990s. Basically, any steam locomotive built from 1940 onwards should have been allowed to... well, any steam locomotive built from the start of World War II onwards should have been allowed to carry on until the 1990s. That's how I see it. Late 80s, early 90s. Types of vans we see in Thomas. Yeah. Banana vans are specially designed to carry specifically bananas so that they'll ripen. Named Royal Scot. Scott. Perfect. Perfect name, William. Absolutely perfect. Over there we've got a London and South Western Railway mail van. Yep, London South Western Railway mail van over here. I think it's a London South Western mail van anyway. Got the net for picking up the trains at speed. Train of Thought did a video on banana vans, yep. It's in. Until Train of Thought released that video, I had no idea why. I knew about banana vans specifically built to carry bananas, but until I saw that video, I had no idea why they were specifically built banana vans. Yep, Percy would love this indeed. Expect he'd love old mail vans like these ones. Earliest form of sorting out mail on board the train, with all the postal workers sorting out the different mail for different destinations. And this sort of layout for sorting out mail, the interior would have changed all the time, but the same basic layout was kept right up until 2004, when the last travelling post office trains were retired. And I think the last class mail was still transported by rail, but it wasn't sorted on board. I think the last trains that transported mail, the class 325s, the last of those were withdrawn in 2024, I think. Modernisation plan will be better thought out. The FGS will be pulled by 9F. What does FGS stand for again? I can't quite remember. Well, I reckon in said universe as well, Jacob, in said alternate universe, 9Fs would have also pulled intermodal trains, which wouldn't be out of place. 15 Guinea Special? Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, the 9Fs, I reckon, I can see the 9Fs being the last ones remaining in commercial service all the way until, like, the 90s. Well, mail was still transported on board trains in this country until 2024, by the Class 325s. Specifically built multiple units for transporting mail. And I think there are some private companies that transport packages by rail is not a thing. Ah, yes, until 2003, and part of that's now been restored and is now a museum. And takes you through. Six-wheel composite. Yeah, many express coaches and wagons were six-wheelers to allow for better stability. That was until bogie coaches and wagons became a thing. Ugh. That wasn't. Right. East Coast Joys, the driest side of Britain. I don't want it to be too dry now. Mark II Pullman coach here. Mark IIDs, first class Mark IID. Quintessential intercity carriage. These are all gorgeous. London North Western Railway box van there as well. Oh yes, of course they are. Of course they are, William. And then you have like horse-drawn carts that places where railway companies couldn't reach would pick up goods from. So, like, businesses that wanted their goods transported by the railway companies under common carrier law would have had their goods picked up by the railway companies at their various businesses by those horses and carts, then transported to the station for loading onto the goods trains. Six-wheeler. Yes, I know, but... And six-wheel tanker wagons, mainly transporting milk, because milk and other perishable goods need to be transported quickly before they go off. Which is why many milk speed. And this one is Tro said he would most likely travel in the Royal Coach because it's the most modern out of all of them, and as this is the Queen Mother's coach, I reckon Sophia would have travelled in it as well. That's why they were pulled by GWR Kings and Castles. Wait, did the Castles and Kings pull express freight trains during peacetime? I thought express locomotives only pulled freight trains during wartime, really. I thought all express freight trains were given to the night owls. I had no idea some of the Castles and Kings pulled express freight trains as well. That's why milk needs to be refrigerated. But it wasn't possible to be refrigerated while being transported, which is why I had to be transported fast. Sorry about that, guys. Neon just messaged and I just replied. So is it true, Jacob, Castles and Kings sometimes pulled express freight trains? Because I only thought the 2800s Halls and Night Owls would have pulled express freights. Express. Dear. I mean, during wartime, express passenger locomotives would have pulled freight trains as well, but peacetime. churns loaded in boxcars with slabs of ice loaded inside. Oh yeah, milk churns, they're better for transporting milk. Keeping it refrigerated. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's more or less everything in Station Hall. Is Jacob still there, or is he typing a long message or researching? You can actually dine in that green Southern Railway coach down there. Hello, Neon. Just down there, see? That's what halls are mostly used. Yeah, but you think the castles and kings would have been used on milk trains as well, do you, Jacob? Nice to see you, Neon. Just enjoying my time here. Since I was at the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. Yeah, that's cool. Look, still enjoyed my time on the dining train at the Bluebell. Shame you couldn't join me today, Neon, but I'm still enjoying myself here. I've just finished showing everyone around Station Hall and some of the exhibits here. All the royal coaches, some of the locomotives up front, the Class 87 Royal Scot there. Don't tell Daisy about the milk tanker. Yeah, I bet if the Castle and Kings did sometimes pull milk trains, they too would be indignant about it. Yeah, the Castles and Kings tackling milk trains, they would have been bitches about them, I bet. Especially the Kings, especially. Hi, can I have another ticket for the miniature railway, please?
Yeah, of course.
I'll show you guys around the miniature railway now. It's a nice
£4
little ride.
then on
Thank you. Yeah, I was just paying my miniature railway ticket. Thank you. There you go. I did the miniature railway earlier, but now I'll do it again so I can show you guys. Mostly the ones known for the milk trains. Interesting. Southern Railway also ran milk trains as well, but mainly gave them to their S15 locomotives. Read about that. I read about that during. I read about that while doing research for the thing for the 3,000 subscriber special. King James was one of the king classes. Oh yeah, James the First and James the Second. Hello. Western hydraulics needed to go over after dieselisation. There you go.
His newest maintenance system's not working at the moment.
Oh God.
Don't worry, it's usually like that.
Sweeping off leaves. Western hydraulics. Thank you very much. No, thank you very much. Duck met King James but didn't want James knowing said engine exists. Is Neon still there? Oh, King James locomotive, nice. So here we've got a view of the Mini Deltic. Oh, can I? Lovely, thank you.
Just remove that for safety purposes.
Yeah, of course, of course. Oh, whoops. Okay. He let me sit in the driver's seat. Lovely. James would be jealous, Bolombi. Of course he would. Brilliant. Right. Lovely engine. This is basically a miniature of one of the Deltics that are actually preserved in the in the Great Hall. It's lovely. Imagine if Feathers McGraw hijacked this Deltic. God, because it's a miniature one. Yeah, this is lovely. We'll just wait here until more people show up.
All the crew decides to. All the crew takes on a private trip.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they can do. We don't know how many tickets we got so far. So.
Yeah, okay. I once got to sit in the cab of a miniature steam locomotive. And you went for a ride in it as well. I remember you saying, Jacob. Round there, they've got a Linton and Barnstaple locomotive that they never use. Oh, you never mentioned the driver was called Jerry. That was so nice of him. It was so nice of him. Salford Barn Railway owns an engine originally from India. And is it based on an Indian locomotive class, William? I'd love to have my own miniature railway one day. And when I was here 3 weeks ago, they were still this was undergoing maintenance, this miniature railway, but it's up and running now. Yep. We're here today. But it's running today, so now I can show you guys on the railway. Right, we're going now, because I can see more people getting... Right.
I recommend getting around back, it's easier.
Yes, exactly, because I said do not exit this side. Gotta get one from Fiji. Nice. I'll just sit in the first one, the one that looks like a hopper wagon. The one that... So I'm right at the front of the train this time. I was at the back when I did this earlier today, but I'm right at the front today, right behind the Deltic. Hello, Martin. Hudswell Clark 060. Nice. Really works on the mountain railway trip to India. Is it a model of one of the Darjeeling Railway saddle tanks? The Fairborn Railway have a tender version of the Darjeeling tank engines. Yeah, the Fairborn Railway have a tender version of the Darjeeling tank engines, called Sherpa. I'll have to look at that later, Jacob. I can't really do that when I'm streaming via my phone. Salford Barn is the narrow gauge National Rail Museum. Interesting. Narrow gauge National Rail Museum. I'll have to remember that. Shipped to India as a blue saddle tank with a tender. It's the real deal. also originally worked on like a 15 or 12 and a quarter inch gauge railway in India, did it, William? So we start in the engine in a moment. Z-Knight 344. I've never seen you before. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Right, we're going to start the engine now. You can see the body shaking. An Indian from the Darjeeling Mountain Railway. Oh, Shat Stewart's. There we go. Right behind the Delta, right at the back. Yeah, round on the railway now. 9 people watching, lovely. Yeah, we've got a walrus wagon. Is that what they're? Are these actually called walrus wagons? And that walrus just painted on mini Deltic engine roar. Doesn't go very fast. I remember when I went on this railway back in 2018 when I went on this miniature railway. I remember it zipping round. There's the steam locomotive. Tor. They never run it though. I wish they did. Why railway before shut down it was bought? Why was said private railway shut down? It's a lot slower than I remember. Lost some spunk. Hello Stephen, nice to see you. I'm on the miniature railway at the National Railway Museum at the moment. Behind a mini Deltic. I'm pretty sure this is 7, yeah, this is very likely 7 1/4 inch gauge. Financial problems, oh dear. There we go, now it's speeding up. Celtic Deltic. I haven't got the chance to travel behind a full-size Deltic yet. Brilliant if I did. If I could. Dieseling around. No, it's a mini Deltic, a 55, Stephen. Nice to see you again, Stephen. We haven't seen you here in a while. That's okay, William. Thanks for coming. See you next week. See you Friday, hopefully. Yeah, I was still doing the normal Friday stream, guys. I'm probably going to go to the Rodney-Hyman Dunchurch Railway either this Saturday or Sunday, though. Not 100% sure, though. Yeah, it's been lovely to see you, William. That's okay, Stephen. So it passes the station again, and then it drops you off round the back there. I think the last train of the day here is 4:30. I got the 3:30 one. We'll get a better look at the steam locomotive in a moment. There's the Walrus wagon. Are these actually called Volkswagens? Well, he might as well. Well, she might as well be, Jacob. His own private locomotive. She might as well be. Yeah, he slows down here so people can get a good look at Tor, the Linton and Barnstable locomotive. They really ought to get Tor properly running. Not on their miniature railway. Yeah, the miniature railway was closed while they were doing up Station Hall. I think it only recently reopened, the miniature railway. It took well over a year, if not 2 years, the Station Hall renovations. They wanted to, you know, do a really heavily restore it. Now it's speeding up. Have I seen the Royal Trains at Station Hall? Yes, I have. Being a birthday gift? Perfect. Lovely star. Beep beep. Hello, pop artists. You're still fairly new here, aren't you? I remember you came to the previous live stream, pop artists, but the Friday one. But yeah, it's nice to see you again. Yep, let me stop it here.
Very much. Roll change, please. Roll change.
Yeah. Yeah, shame they are not running Tor, but yeah, it was nice to travel behind that mini Deltic. Right, we'll quickly go back into Station Hall once I've got my ice cream, and then we'll leave at 4:30 because I've got to go because they're still doing more building works to they're building the new Central Hall at here at the moment, so the road past the main route back to York Station is closed, so I've got a bit of a long walk, so actually I guess I could stay until 22. The museum closes at 5. I guess I could stay until 22. But yeah, I will have to leave by 22 as it'll be a long walk back. Anyway, I'm going to quickly wash my hands here, get an ice cream, then head back to Station Hall. Same vein, posted about new episodes, Dr. Gilmanson given a new car. Oh, that would be so sweet, Jacob. That'd be such a sweet roleplay. Right, sorry about this, guys. I just gotta wash my hands again. Oh, it's run out of soap. Resisting. So resist. Hello. Hi. Can I please get 2 scoops, so one of vanilla and one of chocolate, in a cone? And do you have any toppings?
We have
Any others, or is it just the flake? Okay, yeah. One scoop of vanilla, one scoop of chocolate with a flake, please. Molly Groove Vela Vamiro when he isn't on duty. Aw, so sweet. That is so sweet, Jacob. Is Steven still there? Bonding works because of this? Aww. So sweet. Thank you. Come on. Yes. Thank you very much. Sorry about that, guys. So I've got my ice cream now. Delicious. Right. I'll head back into the Great Hall now. And then, once I finish my ice cream, I'll bring our 3 special friends out. You guys all know who they are. So sweet. That was so sweet of him, Jacob. There we go. Head back to Station Hall now. Jehovah's such a sweetheart, isn't he, Jacob? Honestly, Jacob, I think Jehovah might be even more of a sweetheart than Caroline. Suppose it's natural for him, being a unicorn, to be a sweetheart. Oh, look. It's a road train, aka a fake train. I am not a fan of... Pulled by Molly Grew. Oh, that would be lovely. Based on Queen Victoria's royal coach in Station Hall. Look, it's a fake train. Road trains. If it doesn't run on rails, I'm not interested. Simple as. Road trains and Dottos are just glorified cars, really. Glorified taxis and buses. If it doesn't run on rails, I'm not interested. That miniature train I was just on did run on rails, so I was interested. Joe was raised in the best way. He really was. Exactly. Glorified tractors. As I said, if it doesn't run on rails, I'm not interested. Traction engines about? Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if this were like a traction engine or steamroller, I would be a lot more interested, but no. Just a glorified car, just a diesel engine. And charge your phone? No problem, Jake. I'll be ending the stream at 5 o'clock. Or actually, no, 10 past 5 when my train home arrives. So I'll see you in a bit, Jacob. I'll bring Spyro and Cinder out and Samson just before I head back to York Station. Thanks for coming either way, Jacob. We'll see you in a bit. I mean, I guess this is useful for people who want to quit from here to the city centre, but it's just not for me. Oh, shan't good ever again.
Hang on, toilet.
Yeah, just because I didn't know if I was allowed in with it. Here you go.
Cheers. Thank you.
Sister Museums. Museum of Science and Industry, Manchester. Science and Media Museum in Bradford. Light and sound technologies and how they impacted our lives. Science Museum in London. I've been to the one in London. Locomotion in Shildon. I ought to go. I've never been to Locomotion Shildon. I ought to go there at some point. Ow! Caution. Signaling school. Need to pay to go into Wonder Lab, and I've already spent enough on like the miniature railway and such. So we won't go into the Wonder Lab. There's only a few exhibits in there. Isn't that much. So now we're gonna head to the North Shed, and also the viewing platform with the trains. Flying Scotsman VR experience. VR's not my thing, so Columbine, gorgeous. Oh dear. Hurry. Bum 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 bum. No, this is interesting. On this track, the LAR Streamline Pacific locomotive Southwest Ridgewood was destroyed during an air raid on the night of 29th of April 1942. Number 925 was also destroyed. In remembrance by the Gresley Society on the 50th anniversary, in remembrance of the locomotive. Poor thing. Was the first. And did this actually happen? Of course it fucking did. This one. Yes, I thought so. Oh. The yellow. I was a fucking mess. During the 40s. The 40s. The yellow I was a fucking mess. During the 40s. Was a fucking mess. A fucking mess. Was a fucking mess. I thought so. And here's the real version, the real locomotive that the one on the miniature railway, the second Deltic ever built, the King's Own Yorkshire Light Infantry. Trick locomotive, the Class 55. At number 2, it's 55 Deltics. We've Deltics. Hooked on the Flying Scotsman, yep. This all tells the story of the Flying Scotsman. The making of Flying Scotsman. Flying Scotsman Centenary. Special day excursion along the Settle and Carlisle. Excursion. Rescued Scotsman from America. Yep. Flying Scotsman was stranded in America for a while. Scots, a proud Angel Gresley. We've got a dynamometer car here. Nevertheless, recorded. I think we got some of the nameplates for some of the scrapped 8th 1/3s. Original, I think that might be the original nameplate from Great Northern. The original nameplate and logo from a Silver Fox and Silver Link. Viscount Ridley. Felsted, Papyrus and Great Northern. Some of the scrapped A 2s. One of Duke of Gloucester's old nameplates there. One of the original nameplates from Oliver Cromwell. All sorts of nameplates from scrapped locomotives and ones which are still around today. 71,000 there. And here we have a statue of Richard Trevithick, the man who pioneered high-pressure steam locomotives. James. Oh, and in here we got Lodestar undergoing some TLC, the sole surviving Great Western Star class locomotive. Only one Star class. Only got some black and yellow buffers there, wasp stripe buffers, gradient sign, one down, one in 17, up, one in 300. Maximum sunshine, the Cornish Riviera. Winter and summer. Equable temperature, winter and summer. Yep, summer getaway to Cornwall. Getaway. I'd love to do a few places in Devon. One real that I've never done. National Rail Museum, the first 10 years, 1975, 1985. Lime Street station diagram. Oh, sign for platform 9 3/4 there. That might have been the very sign for it that was used in the Harry Potter films. In fact, it probably was. Hurry on for the lift. Demonstration on signalling here. The signalling system around York. Now, if we come out here, we'll be able to see a few of the arrivals and departures. I nearly smacked into the door then. Stupid thing. You can hear the announcements as well from inside the station. Just take my rucksack off. Better not drop my phone. The 225 service to Newcastle will probably come through at 4:30, just after. Not much action at the moment. York's supposed to be a very busy station. Oh, you can see the Minster over there. I was thinking about, there's a model shop on the other side of York I was thinking of going to, but decided not to now, streaming. And I can hear something coming. Where's that something below? Yeah, actually, I think it's like a vent below. Oh. Oh, I heard the points change. Something will probably be coming out soon. Coming out of the station. doesn't seem to be much happening at the moment, so I'll just head back inside. Wait a sec. Is that something I can hear? There might be something coming. Yes, it is, Damo. Nice to see you again. Okay, there's definitely something coming. What is it? Or is it just idling? No, I don't think anything is coming. I'll just head back inside for now. There is signaling here. Signaling. Computerized signaling. They shouldn't have been so welcoming of computers, though. George Hudson, the Railway King, 1800 to 1871. Little model of a Class 150. Model shops. Don't we all? Computer servers and electrical things used for the signaling. Wow.
The installation of overhead power lines and supporting masts is being carried out to ensure minimum impact on the fine visual amenity of many stations and bridges along the line.
Yep. The West Coast main line had been electrified by the 1960s, but electrification took far, far longer. Electrification has been very slow for many main lines, and the East Coast main line wasn't fully electrified until 1989. That was when the 225 started running. Fully electrified. The suburban routes out of Edinburgh, out of King's Cross and Edinburgh, the suburban routes had been electrified, but not the main line itself. It wasn't until 1989 that the whole East Coast main line was fully electrified. Wait. I can't watch that right now, Damo. I'll have to wait till later. Can't watch that when I'm streaming via my phone. Not a lot going on at the moment. Usually see a lot of IETs. Isle of Thanet War Service. Nice. War Service. Deal War Service. Royal Naval Auxiliary Channel Convoy. Must be the name of ships or either ships or locomotives with these names. Presented by who's this? Killed in action during the war. Unfortunate men. Leeds and Thirsk Railway. Yeah, many railways. Building railways was very dangerous before, during the early days. Shap Summit. Shap and Beatook are the highest parts of the railway of the West Coast Main Line. North British Locomotive Company. Atlantic. I don't get it. Because it's... And what's the problem? Right there. And what's the problem? Salisbury. Model of one of the West Country class locomotives. Scrapped since then. Oh, model of a Kriegslock. Czechoslovak State Railways. 1958, like built to the design of Kriegslocks on this model of Silver Link. The scale model of Silver Link you'll see in my 3,000 subscriber special when I talk about the A4s. Class 317 coach. Model of a Midland Railway compound. 7¼ inch gauge Midland compound. I think only one Midland compound is left. The full-size ones. Model of King George V. The real King George V locomotive is still around. Firth of Clyde, a Britannia with a larger tender to work in Scotland over the steep gradients. Yep, the BR Standard Series is designed to work anywhere in the country. Here we have a model of Duchess of Sutherland, unstreamlined and without smoke deflectors. Haven't seen Flying Scotsman anywhere at the moment.
They're starting now. We're going to find and the shop's closed.
An old Keystone here.
And I'm finding that little bus stops running.
Northeastern Railway 060. Final answer. Hang on a sec, guys. Yeah, as I said, I'm not going to go into Wonder Lab. But now, I think, before we head back, it's time we got the trio out. Ugh. Hang on a moment. Let me just find them. Spyro. And cinders in the front pockets. Was the dog. Was the dog. Oh, here she is. I can feel her. Oh, there we go. Here they are. Cute little trio. Yeah, it was an amazing view, Rob. Purring. Purrs. Where to put them? Where to put them? I'll just put them down by Mallard. This'll be nice. Seeing them sitting in front of the world's fastest locomotive. Sir Nigel Gresley's streamlined masterpiece. Here they are. Hello, everyone. Wonderful to be here. Oh, wonderful to be here again. And, my goodness. What a beauty. The A4s. Gorgeous shape of that streamlining. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely, Spyro. Absolutely stunning. Gresley and his engineering team knew exactly what they were doing when designing such an elegant, streamlined shape. Hello, Train. Nice to see you. I've just brought the trio out, looking at Mallard. Yes. I'm gonna sit on your head if you don't mind, Spyro. No, it's fine. It's Samson, remember? Don't you remember his name? Rob. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Without question, you three. Without question. 126 miles an hour. I think Gresley could have pushed these locomotives even further. Like, to 130 and beyond. Without question, Cinder. And as a matter of fact, Gresley did attempt to have another speed record attempt with a different A4 in 1939, but he couldn't because, you know, World War II. That's when it just happened to start. So Mallard remained, and then of course Gresley died just 2 years later, so he couldn't have another speed record attempt after the war. 126 miles an hour remains the fastest a steam locomotive has ever gone. But the new build Pennsylvania Railroad T1 that's currently under construction is intended to go to try and break Mallard's record. It may not do it though. It'd have to do it on like the northeast corridor. But I think us Brits should keep Mallard as the record. If we were going to have another speed record attempt with a steam locomotive, it would have to be with another of the A4s. There was also an attempt in 1959 where Sir Nigel Gresley, the A4 Sir Nigel Gresley, tried to beat Mallard's record, but Alan Pegler, the guy who preserved Flying Scotsman, just so happened to be on the footplate at the time, and he knew would have been a bit dangerous, so he would have gone a bit. Would have gone a bit. Would have been a bit too dangerous. Anyway, so now you three have seen Mallard. We saw him when we came here a few weeks ago and last year, but it's always a treat to see Mallard. And any of the locomotives here. Yes, it is indeed Spyro. So how you doing, train guy? I took a picture of you guys sitting on the footplate of the trio sitting on the footplate on the running board of Evening Star. Cheltenham. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Please don't do that. Very nice. Now I have them just, oops, Cinder's kind of falling over there. And now they're just chilling on the front running board of Cheltenham Schools Class. Always nice to have it to chill on the running boards with all these locomotives. Of course, Evening Stars and Mallard are even better than this one, than Cheltenham, yes. How you come back so soon? Well, the thing is, train guy, the reason I'm back at the NRM so soon is I've just been to see family in Newcastle, and on my way back, Neon was supposed to be with me today, but he couldn't make it. He just felt a bit too nervous to meet me in person again, so I just came here on my own. I was supposed to meet Neon when I came here a few weeks ago, but he wanted to look after his mum because she had an ear infection. Looks like it's going to rain at any moment, but I just wish it would rain. But yeah, that's why I came back so soon. This is more like it. The trio chilling on Evening Star. Nine 2212. No, 92220. Evening Star. My favourite steam locomotive of all. 9F. Brunswick Green, historically significant. Literally everything I love about trains all rolled up into a single locomotive class. Look, you can actually see the springs on the pair of leading wheels and the things. Apparently it's supposed to rain on Saturday night into Sunday. Yeah, apparently it's supposed to rain on Saturday night and Sunday morning. So hopefully by then. Can't believe they've, like, I get it, it's very dry, but like, come on. Can't you just not take safety so damn seriously and maybe trim your line side vegetation so sparks don't set it alight, Network Rail? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask, Network Rail? Soiling history. Soil that, 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 soil that. Oh, this These barriers weren't here before, looks like. He's doing a bit of work to the underside, a bit of an inspection to the underside of number 737, 737 rather. Can't really put it on the running board with the streamline casing. Gorgeous 440s. Oh, sorry, Spyro. Southeastern and Chatham D class locomotives. These gorgeous as well. Lovely. Absolutely stunning. I'm so glad you and Spyro helped get me interested in trains. They've really helped me forget about my awful past with, you know, Malfour. Engaging in, you know, the railway enthusiast community has really helped my mental health with forgetting about my awful past. I'm so delighted to hear it, Cinder. Yeah, you deserve to have all the fun times in the world now, Cinder, and enjoy yourself as much as possible with us. Thanks, Spyro. Lovely. Had the quietest shift around since I was last there. Oh yeah, they've shunted locomotives around. Evening Star was on that track over there last year, but now he's there. And when I was here, when I was here 3 weeks ago, Columbine was on the turntable, and the Stirling single was in its spot. But now the Stirling single's on the turntable again, where she was when I was here last. Down. Of all the locomotives you see here, guys, which one do you want to see overhauled to working order again the most? For me, of course, it's Evening Star, but what about you guys? Which one of these do you want to see overhauled the most? First choice for me is Evening Star. Second choice is Mallard. Third choice, Justice of Hamilton. Fourth choice, Green Arrow up at Shildon. But of course, again, my first choice is, of course, Evening Star. Knobhead. Copper knob. Knobhead. It's copper knob. And I am a bit of a knobhead, aren't I? And that's what I am. A knobhead. A knobhead. Toot. Before I leave, I feel like buying some of that Flying Scotsman cider I saw at the gift shop and drinking it on the train home. I can open it now I've got a bottle opener. There's no one quite like him. The Gordon's Reef. Gladstone Dean class return to steam. Oh yeah, both of them I'd love to see as well. And Cheltenham was in steam until 2021. Cheltenham was in steam until 2021, so I reckon he'd be lovely to see come back to Steam as well. Cheltenham had Steam on the mid-Hants until 2021. I think it was 2021. Anyway, not 100% sure. Either way, I'd love to see Cheltenham run again. But of course, it's Evening Star for me. Well, I'm having a brilliant time here. I know, Spyro, but we'll need to go very soon. That's alright, we were only here a few weeks ago. Can't wait to come again though. But on Saturday we'll be at the RH&DR. The closing. Oh, it'll be closing soon. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, I better go and get my drink now. My Scotsman, sorry. Yeah, you like to see Lodestar coming back to Steam would be amazing as well. I don't think Lodestar has Steam since he was withdrawn. But yes, Evening Star I don't think has run since the 1980s. But I don't know. But yeah, Evening Star, definitely want to see him return someday. Yeah, it's been a wonderful time. Can't wait to come back here. And we'll be on the Steam Railway, and we'll be on the Romney-Hythe and Dymchurch Railway this weekend. I was going to go on Saturday, but it'll be raining Saturday night, Sunday early morning. So hopefully fire risk won't be so high at the RH&DR, and they'll be able to run their steam locomotives at the normal speeds instead of the reduced speed. When I was last there in May, they were doing they were running it at reduced speed because there was a fire risk. So hopefully after it rains on Saturday evening, it'll be a bit better. Anyway, let's go now. Let's head on now. Actually, I'll pack up Spyro, Cinder and Samson now, get my Flying Scotsman cider, then head round to the station. And then I'll end the stream when my train home arrives at York. And I'll drink my Flying Scotsman cider during the journey home. Lodestar. Load of shit star. Load of shit star. Sorry, I had to. Hampton Load. Load of shit. There we go. Class 20. This was apparently the first Class 20 built, D8000. The D, of course, standing for Dick. No, I'm joking. I know it's diesel, not Dick, but wouldn't it be funny if it was? Closing procedures. Better quickly get the Flying Scotsman cider before the shop closes. Scotsman. Flying Scotsman. I know. I'm looking for the Flying Scotsman cider.
Cider.
Yeah, thank you. I, there we go. Nice bottle of this.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Nice. Thomas one number 203. Been there a while. Yeah, just want to quickly buy this.
That's fine. Are you paying on cash, with cash or card?
Pay by phone, please.
Oh, thank you.
Not bad for cider.
Amazing.
Thank you. Thank you
Good
very
evening, thank you.
much.
See you later.
You have a good evening yourself. HST power car. Right, 5 more minutes, guys, and then I'll head round to the station to pick up my train home. Five more minutes. Class 84. 5 more minutes, guys. 5 more. 5 more minutes, guys. Oh, any minute the 225 service to Newcastle is probably going to come past. One last look at Evening Star. Oh wait, that's a 22. That's a 220. One last look at Evening Star. I hadn't even. 9F does, yeah, it really does. And 92214, the GCR's own 9F was painted into Brunswick Green for a time. Never run in Brunswick Green during its service life, in BR service, but it did in preservation. Doesn't matter if they're not, if steam locomotives are painted in liveries they didn't run with during the time. I mean, in fact, I prefer, for example, seeing an 8F in crimson than black. They never ran with LMS crimson, the 8Fs, but actually it might have already parted the 225. Yeah, I'm going to end the stream when my train home arrives into York Station. Rocket. Fuck. Evening Star. Lovely. Oh, one last walk round the turntable and then I'll head out. It's been lovely to see all these engines again. But I'll be off soon. No, it's on the turntable. No. Yeah, one last look at Evening Star, then I'll be off home. When's your train? 5:11. So I'll head back in a couple minutes because I've got to take the long way round back because they're doing the construction works for Central Hall. Hello, LP fan. I'll be leaving the museum in like 1 minute because I've got to get a train in half an hour, and then I'll end the stream once the train arrives. So having one last look at Evening Star, my favourite locomotive here. In fact, favourite one in the world, Evening Star. And then I'll head home. It's been lovely to see all these engines again. Bye, Evening Star. Bye, all you lovely engines. See you next time. And hopefully I will come with Neon next time. I only came here today because I thought he was supposed to be meeting me again, but he didn't in the end. Lovely. Right, it's now 16:40. I gotta go. Bye. Bye, engines. See you all next time. Let's locomotives. See you all next time. Goodbye, Q1. See you when I'm next here. Been lovely to see you. Goodbye, all of you. Goodbye, engines. Right. Now back to York Station. Oh. She purrs like a cat. Oh. Well, that is interesting. Grand Central service from Sunderland. Non-stop to King's Cross. At least I won't be going home on an IET. Much more interesting, Class 180.
Service to Edinburgh. Darlington.
1907.
And Edinburgh. This train has 9 coaches. First class accommodation.
Onboard catering is available. Good.
Delayed after Darlington. This is due to a fault with the signalling system between Durham and Newcastle.
Oh shit, fault with the signalling system. What's happened? Well, luckily my Grand Central service diverges well before Durham, so... We got a 170 there. Let's see if there's any interest. We'll have to go further along because it'll don't stop further down because it's only it'll only be 5 cars. Service from Blackpool North arriving here. probably a 331. No, it's a diesel service. It's a 195. Train to Edinburgh is 10 minutes late. Yeah, I'll be time to go in a minute. Won't be long before the train arrives. It's only 3 coaches. Not much action. I thought there'd be a bit more action around here. Okay, I think it's arriving now. Oh, here it is. Alright guys, so it's been a fun stream. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Shame we didn't get as many people as I hope, but oh well. I'm going to do a bit more work on my 3,000 subscriber special during the journey home. So yeah, I hope you're looking forward to it. Here it is. At least it's not an IET. Right guys, so thank you so much for watching this live stream. Oh, I do love the Grand Central Liberty. Black and orange looks really well. So thank you all so much for watching, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this stream. Oh, very high-pitched door sound. I hope you guys all enjoyed this stream. Please like, comment, share the stream with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to me, Train Lover 16, if you haven't already. Stay tuned for my upcoming content. Hype this stream if you can. Go and follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky. Join my Discord server. Check out my eBay profile. Go and buy my novel, The Spy and the Superdog, if you haven't already. And I will see you all in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.